There seems to be a never-ending discussion on what is the best. What's the best camera body? Should I go DSLR or mirrorless? What's the best light to use? What's the best lens? It's so easy as a photographer to get caught up in the gear debate. There are so many options to choose from at so many different price points, so many brands, each complete with their own set of pros and cons, bodies with different capabilities and lenses with different focal lengths and look profiles. Where does one even begin when looking to upgrade from our first camera? Where does one even begin when looking to get their first camera? That's why today we're going to talk about what I think is the best camera in the world and how it's going to make you a better photographer. What's up everybody? Thanks for checking this video out. If you're already subscribed, you kind of know what to expect from this video. And if you're new to the channel, I encourage you to stick around and see if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe, give the video a like, and drop a comment below. That stuff is the lifeblood of YouTube videos, so I really appreciate it. Anyways, let's get on with the show. Today we're going to be talking about the best camera in the world, and I'm not talking about this Canon 5D. The best camera in the world is the one that you have. Yikes. Talk about the definition of a cliche. But if your eyes haven't already rolled so far back into your head you can't see this video anymore, give me a chance to explain. When I was starting my photography journey, I would look up YouTube videos, tutorials, blogs, forums, anything to help me understand which camera I should get, and not long after that I was trying to figure out which camera I should upgrade to. And while I was online, I kept coming across this same saying, the same piece of advice. The best camera is the camera that you have. It's probably the most overused phrase when giving photography advice online, and it's a real eye roller at this point. But if we think about it, I believe it has a lot of value. Speaking from personal experience, photography is like any other kind of endeavor where when we start out, we really suck at it. And as we progress and grow our set of skills, we get these fleeting moments of feeling like we're actually improving, but then we feel like we suck again. We look at the work of those who inspire us and we ask ourselves, why don't my shots look like that? Why doesn't my art look like that? Why can't I perform at this level? And in the process of asking these questions, we can't help but notice the fancy camera bodies and the expensive lenses that these people are using. And we wonder, how much of a role does that actually play? It's so easy for us to get gear acquisition syndrome and put off the project we want to start or procrastinate the art we want to create, just saying, oh, once I get this camera body, I'll be able to do it. Once I get this new light, then I'll be able to do this. Once I get that lens, I'll be able to create it. And don't get me wrong, having nice gear really does make a difference. But if I'm being honest with myself, I don't think it would have helped me much when I was starting out, in the same way that having a supercar wouldn't make you learn to drive any better when you first get your license. My photos would have still looked like crap, I'd just have been a lot more broke while taking them. Because when it comes down to it, whether you've been shooting for 4 weeks or you've been shooting for 4 years, you're still growing, you're still improving, you're still learning. And buying better gear doesn't make you a better photographer, spending more time shooting does. Hence the old saying, the best camera is the one you have. Because what separates you from the photographers, the filmmakers, the cinematographers that you admire isn't so much in the gear that they're using, it's in the time they've spent using it. Spending time behind the lens of any camera is improving your craft. It can be a cheap crop sensor DSLR, a dusty old film camera, your phone. All of these things are still teaching you the skills that you need to develop in order to be better at this. Because at the end of the day, a great image doesn't lie in the megapixels. It lies in how you frame it, how you utilize the light, how you, specifically you, perceive and capture the emotion or feeling or aesthetic of whatever it is that you're taking a picture of. The power to create art isn't in a camera body or in a lens or any piece of equipment. It's in you. Some of you may have bought your first camera as a business move, but I'm assuming most people watching this video right now bought a camera because they love taking pictures. Don't forget that feeling. Personally, I bought my first camera because I wanted to take weird, artsy, messy portraits of people. I still have the first lens that I ever bought after I outgrew the terrible 18 to 55 millimeter kit lens that comes with some cameras. Seriously, those lenses are so bad. Anyways, this 50 millimeter 1.4 still has some of the paint splatter on it from the first creative portrait shoot I did with it, and it's still one of my go-to lenses a decade later. Maybe it's sentimental at this point, but when I use this thing, it reminds me that regardless what I'm shooting, I'm supposed to be having fun. A camera isn't just a tool. It's something we use to capture life's moments, to express ourselves artistically, to scratch that creative itch. There will be a time when you outgrow your camera or lenses. Maybe you already have and you're feeling limited by your current setup, but you can always continue to create art and hone your skills with what you've got while you save up for that new gear. Because there will always be something better. There will always be a nicer camera. There will always be faster lenses. There will always be better lights. If we can't be grateful for what we have right now and use it to create the art that we want to create, we're not going to be happy when we get that new piece of tech. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all of you who take the time to watch these videos and subscribe to my channel. I'm curious, what was your first camera? Let me know below in the comments what it was and when you got it. My first one was a Canon Rebel T4i, and it taught me to look for light in low light situations because anything above 400 ISO just looked disgusting. I hope that all of you who are listening to this get to go shoot something fun with your camera, or get to go create some kind of art just for the joy of it, or just go out and do something that reminds you that sometimes we're supposed to take time to just have fun in life. Keep on creating, and I'll see you all next week. Hard cut.